He thought ignoring the problem would make it go away. Most men do. At first, it's subtle. You skip one call, delay one task, postpone one hard conversation, and just like that, avoidance becomes your identity. This is the story of a man named Marcus, 32, smart, capable, but stuck. He had a degree, a decent job, a few old friends who still texted from time to time, but inside Marcus was crumbling. Not with fireworks, but with silence. He didn't know how to solve his own problems, so he avoided them, and when you avoid long enough, the world stops knocking. His wake-up call didn't come in the form of some dramatic accident. No, it was quieter than that. His car battery died in the parking lot of a grocery store. He didn't even have anyone to call. He sat there, staring at the wheel, and for the first time in years, the truth hit him. I've isolated myself so deeply, I'm invisible. Isolation isn't a break. It's not rest, it's decay. Let me show you how he rebuilt. Let me show you how centurions rise. The first sign was the silence. Marcus used to be loud. He'd laugh at movies, talk trash during pickup games, debate politics over cheap beer. But now days passed without a single word. The phone barely buzzed. Even the group chats went silent. Not because they stopped talking, but because he stopped replying. 1 week became 2, then 6 months. Avoidance isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it looks like comfort. Marcus convinced himself he was protecting his peace. But he wasn't peaceful. He was paralyzed. The dishes piled up, trash overflowed, his bills got paid barely, just enough to avoid the lights going out. But every day he delayed the hard stuff, updating his resume, calling his brother, scheduling that long overdue dental appointment, was another day where his future shrank. Avoidance is slow suicide. Scrolls drift, they wait. They convince themselves that silence is recovery, but it's not. Silence is rot. Most men watching this are already halfway down that slope. You know it, you feel it, the numbness, the fake scrolling, the endless content consumption that never leads to creation, action, or change. Marcus was no different until that night. He stood in the mirror, brushing his teeth, shirtless, staring. There was nothing behind his eyes, just distance and something cracked.
Is this it?
That was the moment, the rupture, the point where his ego couldn't lie anymore. The mask fell, and all that was left was the truth. You are either rebuilding or you're rotting. There is no neutral. That night, Marcus did one thing, just one. He made a list of every problem he was avoiding, every conversation, every bill, every broken thing in his life, 27 items. He didn't solve them. Not that night, but he saw them. And that alone made him feel more alive than he had in months. Visibility is power. Problems don't shrink in the dark, they grow. Over the next week, he did one thing per day. Some were small, finally cleaned his car, threw out the moldy Tupperware, changed his sheets. Others were bigger, made a doctor appointment, called his mother, signed up for a kickboxing class. Every time he acted, the fog lifted just a little. Discipline isn't born from motivation, it's born from disgust. And Marcus, he was disgusted with who he had become. Most men can't even admit what they're avoiding. They lie, distract, blame, justify, but a centurion owns it, not all at once, but piece by piece. This path, the problem-solving path, isn't about being a genius, it's about being brave enough to face the silence. The scroll version of Marcus was soft, numb, full of excuses. I'm tired. I'll get to it next week. No one checks on me, so why bother? The centurion version, he wasn't perfect, but he moved. Even when it was uncomfortable, even when it was humiliating. One day he found his old planner, pages blank for months. He opened to a clean spread and wrote, "I'm done hiding." That one sentence changed the velocity of his life. Because when a man commits, everything shifts. He stopped sleeping in, started walking every morning, rain or shine. 10 minutes turned into 30. His posture improved, so did his energy. He tackled one avoidance at a time, paid off an old parking ticket, unsubscribed from the dating apps, cleaned out his garage, donated clothes he hadn't worn in years. None of these were magical, but together they were transformational, because momentum compounds. Avoidance is a trap disguised as comfort. Every time you run from a problem, you lose a piece of your power. You teach your nervous system that fear wins. That's how cowards are made. But when you solve even one small thing, you teach your mind, I can face life, and that's the beginning of everything. Marcus wasn't special. He didn't have a breakthrough. He didn't win the lottery. He just got sick of being soft. Centurions rise not with force, but with friction. They move through resistance until it bends. Most men, they'll stay frozen, still justifying their isolation, still saying it's not the right time, still scrolling. By the time they realize what they lost, it's too late. But you're not most men. If you've made it this far, you already know. It's time to fix what you've been avoiding. Start with a list. Pick one problem. Solve it today, then another tomorrow. Don't wait to feel ready. Scrolls wait. Centurions act. If you're 28 and think you have time, by 34 you'll still be blaming your parents, your boss, your ex, discipline or decay, purpose or paralysis. Choose. Join OLP 365 or keep pretending the silence is strength until it leaves you with nothing.